Good, happy Tuesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, names of state police troopers involved in fatal shooting in Hampton released. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
People want more than just data. We want unlimited entertainment, so we can stream unlimited action, watch unlimited robots, watch unlimited romance, if you're into that. But we also want more, like unlimited HBO.
I stopped dying now, Mark.
No can do, mi amigo. It's unlimited. Besides, you're really good at it, James.
Don't settle for any unlimited plan. Get AT&T Unlimited Plus, and now get the amazing iPhone 7 on us.
Breaking news, the Attorney General's office has just identified the two state troopers involved in the shooting at the state liquor store in Hampton that resulted in the death of Barry Jones. They're identified as Sergeant Keith Walker and Eric Willett. Both troopers are on paid administrative leave as the investigation continues.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Woman arrested after dead newborn discovered in garbage bag. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
And Associates. I've been protecting consumers for years, and so has the Cervisi team. They have a proven track record. Susan, we are passionate advocates, and we protect our clients' legal rights during a divorce.
It started with a neighbor complaining about a trash bag emitting a foul odor at this house on Lake Ave. Police arrived but determined the bag had been moved across the street to the woods behind this house, number 384.
Back behind the property line, right near the railroad tracks, they discovered a garbage bag with a very strong smell coming from it. And when they opened the garbage bag, they found the remains of a newborn baby.
Investigators taped off both homes and pitched a tent behind 384. They were clearly processing evidence and a potential crime scene as neighbors looked on in horror.
It really upsets me. I mean, this is where, when my grandson comes to visit, I bring him trick-or-treating, and, I'm a family man.
Officers on scene noticed a man and a woman walking on the railroad tracks. They were arrested for trespassing. While at police headquarters, they spoke to police, and as a result, both were charged in connection with the baby. 36-year-old Jennifer Rayum listed her address as 375 Lake Ave, and 31-year-old Edwin Santiago lives at 384. Neighbors say the two were dating. Both are known to police. Both are now charged with removal of a body and concealment of the death of a child. And the Worcester Police Evidence Recovery Unit expects to work late into the night processing these crime scenes. Police say an autopsy should provide the cause of death and the baby's gender. Rayum and Santiago have a date with the judge tomorrow morning.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Coast Guard officer honored for rescuing climber in Maine. The Coast Guard has honored one of its own Massachusetts for rescuing a climber who fell from a 1,000-foot cliff face in Maine last year. Coast Guard Petty Officer, Second Class Mario Estevine received the Air Medal Monday. Estevine is an aviation survival technician at Air Station Cape Cod. A helicopter air crew had launched to rescue the climber at Attica National Park in Bar Harbor, Maine on October 8th, 2016. Officials say Estevine climbed across the cliff face while maneuvering a rescue little down cliff ledges. He used replica equipment and ropes to lower the little down 50 feet to a small ledge before rappelled himself down to the ledge. Officials say Estevine helped transfer the patient into the little while climbing to only a shrub bush. And we're following some breaking news right now. Sterling falls to 1 week lower after Bank of England's Carney says now is not the time to raise hikes. This is a breaking news story, so please check back later for more updates. Otto Warmbier, American student held in North Korea for 17 months, dies. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Say hi to Xiidra, Lifitegrast Ophthalmic Solution. The first eye drop approved for the signs and symptoms of dry eye. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and an unusual taste sensation. Do not touch the container tip to your eye or any surface. Remove contacts before using Xiidra and wait for at least 15 minutes before reinserting them. If you have dry eyes, ask your doctor about Xiidra.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. And we begin with late developments today, the worsening horror for a mother and father from Ohio. Their son, who was just returned from North Korea with severe brain damage, has now died. This was the moment Otto Warmbier was returned, unable to talk or recognize anyone after more than a year in captivity. His parents reacting just a short time ago, pointing to the, quote, awful, torturous mistreatment at the hands of the North Koreans that did this. ABC's Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz leading us off tonight.
He arrived in the U.S. less than a week ago, carried off a plane suffering from extensive brain damage, more than a year since the world heard his plea for mercy.
Please save my life. Please think of my family.
In a statement today, his parents say when Otto was carried off that airplane, he looked very uncomfortable, almost anguished. But within a day, the countenance of his face changed. He was at peace. He was home, and we believe he could sense that. But he could not walk, talk, or respond to verbal commands. And today, he passed away, surrounded by his family. Since the moment their son was sentenced to hard labor for stealing a propaganda poster, the Warmbiers were fighting until he was released.
We're thrilled that our son is on American soil, and I'm able to talk to you on Otto's behalf, and I'm able to wear the jacket that he wore when he gave his confession.
The family clearly blames North Korea for Otto's death, saying today the awful, torturous mistreatment our son received at the hands of the North Koreans ensured that no other outcome was possible.
And Martha Raddatz joins us live tonight. And Martha, we still don't know what caused that brain damage. And just moments ago, President Trump now responding to news of his death.
David, he made some brief comments before the beginning of a meeting saying that a lot of bad things happened to Otto while in North Korea, but at least they were able to get him home to be with his parents. The White House also said it deepens the administration's determination to prevent such tragedies, but there was no indication that there will be any response beyond that statement, David, to Otto's death.
Martha Raddatz leading us off tonight. Martha, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. See you back here later on today. Bye, everyone.